Hello, welcome back to the Watford Way today as I'm here to discuss Watford versus Preston at Vicarage Road this weekend. And as you can see, I'm very happy because we get to return to the best stadium in the entirety of the Hertfordshire area, and that is of course Vicarage Road. So I'm looking forward to getting back home this weekend, and actually 3 out of my next 4 fixtures are at home, and I'll go through them in just a second. But before we get into the video, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, like this video, and let me know your score predictions as well in the comments. It would be much appreciated, and fingers crossed Watford will win this weekend. But yes, as I just mentioned, 3 out of our next 4 fixtures are at Vicarage Road, which is only to our benefit, you would assume. I don't think our home form this season has been particularly great. I think there's been a lot of pressure from the stands. Whenever there's a misplaced pass or someone misses, a big opportunity, you can hear fans getting quite frustrated, which is understandable because obviously, this season we've not been performing to the standards that you think we would have. But I think it can only be a benefit, to play in front of your home crowd, shooting towards the Rookery end. That's always great to see. So I think that's a good thing that we are playing 3 out of our next 4 fixtures at home. We've got QPR away in that run as well. And actually we are playing, 4 very favourable fixtures. Obviously we've got Preston this weekend, which we'll get into in just a moment. And we have QPR away next Saturday, which I am attending. My first away game this season, I should say. I don't usually get to many, just because I'm probably a bit lazy, but I am looking forward to that. Then we have Birmingham on Tuesday, the 14th of March, and then we have Wigan at home on Saturday, the 18th of March as well. So 4 fixtures there. 4 teams who haven't been doing particularly well this season. QPR obviously have a new manager in Gareth Ainsworth. Preston haven't been doing that great. They've not been scoring a lot of goals. Birmingham obviously have Troy Deeney. Is he going to be fit for the game? We'll have to wait and see. And Wigan, I believe, are currently sitting bottom of the Championship. So for me, 4 fixtures there, I'd be looking to pick up 12 points out of 12, win all 4 and hopefully cement our place in the playoff positions. But we can only do that by winning games. And the first game of that run is against Preston this weekend. Now, how am I expecting Watford to set up? How am I expecting Watford to perform? If we go back to the previous game we played against Preston, it was actually under Rob Edwards away from home, very early in the season actually, and we drew that game 0-0. Danny Batman made some crucial saves. Just before I recorded this video, I went back and watched some of the highlights in that game, and Preston really should have scored a goal. I mean, Daniel Batman made some absolutely incredible saves, and obviously that was under a completely different manager to who we've got now. Rob Edwards, as much as I hate him and as much as I hate Luton, he's doing a really good job there at the moment. They're obviously above Watford in the table, and they're also challenging for them playoff places as well. So, fair play to Rob Edwards at Luton. But Watford have to do a job against Preston this weekend. I think they've picked up 2 red cards in their last 4 games. They're not scoring a lot of goals. They're conceding quite a lot of goals as well. And for me, this has to be a win. I mean, you look at the run of games we've got coming up. I keep repeating myself, but it's so crucial. And I sit here week in, week out saying, Watford should win this game quite comfortably. I'll do a score prediction. I'll say we'll score 3 or 4 goals. It never comes to fruition. I'm always wrong. But as a Watford fan, I went into this season feeling really confident. The squad we had available. Obviously, it kind of all went to shit really when we picked up all them injuries. But we should feel confident going into these games. Preston, are a decent Championship side. They've not been doing that great, but Watford should be beating them. So I think we should go into this weekend with confidence. The Sheffield United game last time out was a really tight game, in my opinion. We maybe could have even picked up a goal. The actual goal we conceded was an own goal. Ollie McBurney was unmarked in the back post. Really hilarious defending by Watford. And it went down as a Ryan Portier's own goal. And, that was a very tight game. Previously to that, we beat West Brom. Then we drew with Burnley as well. So we've not been doing particularly badly lately. I think the only concern for me is probably, the lack of, I don't know how to describe it really, just the lack of a clear identity in the Watford team. Someone come up to me in the street and said, James, how do you Watford play? How have you been doing this season? I can't sit here and say we play like this, we play like that. We play with wide players. We like to, play tiki-taka football. I don't really know how we play. I think for me, at the moment, we're very heavily reliant on players with, very talented players with a lot of individual quality. Imran Luzer's just returned from injury. I think we heavily rely on him, and we saw the impact that it made when he went off in the Sheffield United game as well. João Pedro, clearly, his joint top goal scorer with Ismail Assar. We heavily rely on them two for our attacking output as well. And for me, it leads to the question of Keinan Davis in that central striker position. Yes, as a target man, he holds up the ball really, really well. And I think he does that actual job, being a target man superbly. However, his goal output is clearly not good enough. For a side who wants to be challenging at the top end of the table in them playoff places, 4 goals this season as our main striker, and he's not scored since October in that Luton Town game. It's not good enough. So let me know in the comments below. I personally would make the change. I'd probably bring in Henrique Arouge for this game. I'd also hopefully bring in, if Slaven Bilic is listening to this video, Asprilla and Martins on the bench as well, just to give us some more attacking options. Assombalonga come on in the last game. I don't think he particularly made that much of an impact. So to have, Asprilla, Martins, Henrique Arouge's options as attacking options to come on the pitch and make an impact, I think that would be really beneficial to Watford. So hopefully Bilic makes that change. And yeah, as I said, let me know in the comments below if you would like to see Keinan Davis maybe drop out of the team for a couple of games. And see what some of our other attacking players can do, because these 4 games are against sides who have struggled this season. Birmingham, Preston, Wigan have gone on very long runs where they've not won any games, they're not scoring many goals, and it's our opportunity to capitalise on that. And I think we do have to make a change. So yes, I would probably drop Keinan Davis for the next game. In terms of my score prediction and how I think the game's going to go, I always get my score predictions wrong, so do not place any bets from what I'm about to say. But I am going to go quite confident. I'm going to go quite bullish. Obviously, we drew Preston 0-0 last time out at their ground. That was under Rob Edwards. We're under a completely different manager now. We have loads of our, top-class players back from injury. Hopefully Watford will win this game, fingers crossed, and hopefully we'll score a lot of goals as well to get that goal difference back up to where it should be, so we can compete with the other teams around us as well, because the championship table is really, really tight, and ultimately at the end of the season it could come down to goal difference to determine whether you finish in the playoffs or you finish just outside. So we're going to score lots of goals this weekend, I hope. So I'm going to go with a 3-0 Watford win. João Pedro at the double and Henrique Arouge with a goal as well. So let me know your score predictions in the comments section down below. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.